going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new Division video. Today we're going to be covering everything they're going to be changing for week 2 PTS or second week. They don't really like calling it week, but it's the second week of PTS. So this is going to be everything that they're going to be putting in on week 2 for 1.6 PTS / Last Stand. First off, I just want to talk about the 2 or 3 weapons they're going to be changing. Right off the bat, they talked about the Valkyria and the Hungry Hog, how they're going to be fixing them since they're both broken for the DZ and just in PTS for general. Valkyrie, if you guys didn't know, it's like broken the DZ and anything else they used it in. It had like 2 million DPS, so you're just like 4-hitting NPCs and shit and people in the DZ. So they're fixing that. I don't remember what the names of the guns are because they're super weird. But they did say they're going to change one of the guns, so it's going to be gold, and then the other gun is going to be a silver one. So yeah. For the Hungry Hog, they said it was supposed to be a 0.2% damage increase. But it was actually a 2% damage increase, and when you're looking into DPS percentage-wise, they said it was a 200% increase instead of a 20% increase, so that's a pretty big change. The Seeker gear set, so a lot of people were really getting into this gear set. A lot of people loved it. They liked how it worked. They did actually say they're going to change this. So before it was just like every other crit was or every other shot was a crit. Now it's just every 2 shots to the body, you get 200% headshot multiplier for the next shot. So if you hit someone with 2 body shots and you hit them in the head, it's going to be a crit. So they were really focusing on trying to talk about this was going to be mainly made for marksman rifles and snipers. Also says the 2-piece is like, they changed the 2-piece gear bonus, and it's now just a resist stall. And the 3-piece is now a 5% body damage. Also, going along with the Seeker gear set and the changes they made to it, the MDR, the named weapon, is getting a 65% base damage increase. I was telling you guys before that if you guys had any named weapons, to keep them, don't sell them, don't break them down, and they're making a hell of a lot of changes to named weapons. It's a good thing that I kept all mine. Technician Authority, they said there was something broken with Technician Authority where like your skills just don't do anything. They said they fixed that. Also, talking about another named weapon, the Showstopper, they did say that the damage is going to be increased, the base damage, that is. That's all they said. The rolls on it or anything else were going to be changed. Gear sets, armor turned into health, we already know that, so as a major attribute, it's no longer armor, it's health. They also did say that everyone's going to just be getting like a free 80k health on their character because the way that the DZ feels and the game feels right now, it feels like they said everyone is dying a little bit too fast. So they wanted to, you know, sort of, I don't know, even it out, I guess you could say. Crit chance, they did say they're going to increase the amount of that you can get for gear sets so you can roll it on more stuff for SMG builds. Also, they did say that holsters, you can now roll it with reload speed. I'm not sure how high of the percentage is going to be on it, but they did say you can roll reload speed on holsters only now. Oh, they did also talk about, since we're talking about rolls and whatnot, they did also talk about enemy armor damage and damage to elites are going to be flip-flopped on gear sets, so they'll be switching the major and minors with those two. Damage to elites will probably be a minor, and enemy armor damage will be a major now. Hipfire, they talked about hipfire a little bit too. They said they're going to adjust it. They're going to add more recoil when you hipfire, and the bullet spread is going to be less. So you're going to have less of a chance of hitting people with hipfire. Then the recoil will be added too. So normalization in Last Stand, we talked about this a few days ago. I think it's a good thing for the game. They're going to be testing this out first in the PTS, then they're going to go to just straight up regular builds for the next one, they said. So if you guys don't know what normalization means, it means every time you spawn into a game of Last Stand, it basically puts your gear to whatever everyone else's is. I'll talk a little bit about it more in here in a minute, but basically all players have the same armor mitigation in the game mode. All players have the same normal abilities. Basically this is how it's going to work. So if you're not at 256, I was just talking about it right now since I don't want to forget talking about it at the end, but say you're like at 240 gear score and your friend is at 250 gear score and you go in, it's just going to straight up change everyone to 256, and it's going to rank up your gear to what everyone else does. So basically meaning that your attributes are going to be changed to max. So like gear sets, if you're not max, you know, like armor with like a roll on it or something, like, I don't know, enemy armor damage or something, or health, it's going to max all that out to your gear to make it as even as it possibly can. Also, they did say mods and attachments are unchanged in this, so nothing's going to happen with that. But also, they did say your weapon talents will be based on your stats on your character as well. Did also note that the bonuses you get for the gear sets that you're running are not going to be affected by this. They won't be changed. They did also say if you're going to Last Stand, do not use Banshee because it's going to be absolutely worthless. So just throwing that out there. If you guys are on PC, don't use Banshee. It's worthless for the Last Stand game mode. Other than that, that's really everything. They said they're going to have patch notes out soon for the week 2, so as soon as they release those, I'll make an updated video because I'm sure there's some stuff that they just didn't say that's going to be on the patch notes, so they always do that. They always leave out stuff, so I'll make that video as soon as it comes out. That's basically the gist of how that game mode's going to work. Like I said, normalization, whatever your gear is, it's going to be like ranked up if you're not max. It's going to max your build if it's not maxed already, so like all your stats and stuff on your build, all your major minor rules, those are going to be completely maxed out to what it is to make the game as even as it can possibly be. Going on lastly to the healing station for Reclaimer, they changed this. They said it was a little bit too overpowered. They knew a lot of people were going to use it, so they had to make some changes to it with the healing station just in general. They did say that the healing speed was a little bit too fast. They knocked that down a little bit, as well as they said the range was a little bit too far. People were getting revived left and right and not ever wiping, so they did reduce the range a little bit as well. And they said that when people did get knocked down, they were revived absolutely almost instantly, so they did actually change the timer, so it takes 5 seconds instead of 2 now. That's a little bit of change. They also did say that apparently an NPC aiming was like broken, like they just laser onto you, and as soon as you poke your head up, you get dinked with a sniper. So they changed that. So now there's no more laser bots. Also, they did talk about Banshee. Like I said, if you were killed by a rogue before it gave you the damage, now it gives you the damage increased by 20% for 10 minutes. So say you're not rogue, obviously you get killed by a rogue, they take all your shit, you're pissed. You can run all the way after them. You have 10 minutes to do that, and your damage is increased by an extra 20%, so that's pretty good as well. That's good for solo players mostly, I'd say. Lastly, they did say that double XP is still a thing. They're just sort of waiting. They have it set, they just really don't know when they're going to do it yet, but double XP is still a thing. But yeah guys, that's the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and comment down below anything that you guys think I missed. I'll have the full notes coming out soon. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, 'cause I don't fucking care.